Time is winding up for Richard Moore.
I've said this before, but what's kind of unique about it is most people don't really have a date, or they don't really know when a parent dies. I kind of do have that. It makes it important for me to take advantage of the time.
Making up for lost time is what Lyndall Moore, the death row inmate's son, says he's been doing with his father while he's behind bars. Lyndall says his dad has been in prison since he was 4 for a death row sentence many feel he does not deserve.
And so this isn't the planned, premeditated type of case that you think of. He didn't walk into the store planning to kill anyone. I don't think he even walked into the store thinking that a killing could happen, because he didn't have a weapon to carry something out like that.
Moore is on death row for the 1999 killing of convenience store clerk James Mahoney. Authorities said Moore went into the Spartanburg County store unarmed to rob it and got into a shootout with the clerk after taking one of 2 guns from him. Do you think he walked into the store with intent to rob?
He has maintained from the very beginning that he did not go in there to rob the store. He brought some items to the counter. He did not have sufficient change to cover it. It came to something like $5.12, and he only had $5. And there was the clerk used a racial slur telling him to get out of the store, and that's how this all kind of got started and then escalated.
Escalating to what the defense argues was self-defense. The prosecution hasn't provided comment ahead of this story. The former solicitor, Holman Gossett, who prosecuted the case, died in July of 2023. And Barry Barnett, who is the current solicitor in Spartanburg County and was on the prosecution during the trial, declined to comment.
This issue has been litigated before.
Governor Henry McMaster was the attorney general during Moore's trial. Moore's attorneys have filed a lawsuit saying McMaster should not be the one granting clemency, claiming that in the past, McMaster said that he would not. South Carolinians for Alternatives Against the Death Penalty Executive Director Hillary Taylor also argues race played a factor in how the prosecution tried the case.
Holman Gossett had almost exclusively tried black defendants with white victims for the death penalty. All but one of 16 cases out of Spartanburg County in the modern death penalty era have been black defendants with white victims.
And it continued to play a role in the case. Once it got to trial, the prosecution struck all of the African-American jurors who were qualified to serve on the jury. And so Richard ended up being sentenced by an all-white jury.
Moore has many who are hoping for a breakthrough, like former death row inmate Raymond Patterson, who was granted release 2 years ago. He was in prison with Moore.
Anybody who come in, we try to make them feel as though they're not alone, and they got people who backing them up. They need to do away with the death penalty because, like I said, the death penalty is not a solution to a problem. It's something that's not used fairly. It's used as a token for the black, the poor white.
Meanwhile, Lyndall Moore is coming to grips with a challenging reality as the potential end draws closer.
We think about it, of course. I think about, how I imagine I'll be feeling afterwards. It's not done until it's done. He's still here. So I'm going to keep living, and, he's going to keep living because he's still here.